Good morning, people. Good morning. Just get it closer to my mouth. Not too close, though. Yes, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. This is Spirit Journey. It is Saturday morning. Yes, beautiful, beautiful Saturday, June 11th, 2022, and the time is approximately 6 o'clock, 6 a.m. in the morning. Oh, I got out of bed maybe, oh, about, about an hour ago. Yeah, I'm glad the mornings are cool out here in New York City. It's beautiful. The sun, sunrise today was at 5:24, 5:24 a.m. And tomorrow the sunrise is gonna be 5:24 a.m. and Monday is gonna be 5:24 a.m. sunrise. I didn't check what it was for yesterday. My device doesn't hold that information. Well, that would have really been something. This is something else, people. So it's a standstill. Wow. It's a standstill. That the sun isn't getting earlier. So I guess it reaches peak in the cycle. Because many of you perceive that I like to follow when the sunrise comes up and everything. And to learn that there's, I knew that it was going to be a peak. And I thought that that would occur the first day of summer. That's what, oh, you hear all that? Yeah, you have cars that, yeah, you heard that backfire or whatever. Yeah, you have cars that can make this loud popping sounds. When I first heard it out my window, I thought it might have been gunfire because of poop, 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 poop. But you have these obnoxious cars that some people like to drive that deliberately makes those noise. I got to see it in person. I had to go out. I think it was early morning, and you see this car all duded up, had lights on it and stuff, and it made that noise. They want to be as loud and noticeable out there. Sad. I mean, wow. I had a vehicle. I bought a vehicle. I remember my very first car. It was 13 years old when I got that car. Yeah, I had I used to live in the Caribbean for a couple of years. And yes, you need mass transit. I mean, I survived without a car for, it could have been a year. It could have been about a year. Yeah, I had to learn how to drive. I had to get the driving, do the test. And then I got the license. And then I had to get a car. Yeah, it was difficult. Yeah, and the problems really began once I got that car. I mean, it was problematic. Yeah, it's dangerous in the Caribbean. I was on the island of St. Thomas, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and it was very difficult for single women, young single women, tall and svelte, thinking that my skin color will make it that I'm just like everybody, that I blend right into that society. Well, no, I didn't. I didn't blend in. Yeah, perception is an individual um, thing. There's no way of knowing how someone is going to really think about an individual until your energies meet up with that person. Yeah, wow. I needed to say that. Yeah, and you have people pushing this narrative that you're going to be loved. Well, I shouldn't say it like that, loved, but they kind of come across like that. That if you go to certain places, that they'll love you and receive you with open arms, welcome you back home to the fold, and that is far, you know, far from the truth. That's what I'm perceiving right now. It's really far from the truth. And even hearing of places, even with yeah, the Californians. Yes, good morning, Vera. Yeah, you even hear these California people going to Europe to live, certain countries in Europe, and now they are complaining. The local population in Trinidad. Hey, good morning, Grand Rising. Grand Rising, yeah. Good morning, folk. Good morning. Thank you for saying good morning out there. Yes, it's a communication is a two-way street. It's nice to think so. Yeah, it's nice to get your feedback. But yes, it's very interesting about perception and yeah, people. You need to keep your eyes open, eyes and ears. Yeah, you're. Everyone has their own opportunity to receive and to perceive data, information, and you never know until you get there. But if it works out for you, fantastical, fantastic. Yeah. So yeah, I didn't know I was going to talk about that, but with my conversation, it kind of one thing glides into something else. But it's all related, and everything is interconnected in this game called life. Yes. Yeah, perception is a big thing. And so, let's see, I was, yeah, prompted to do this live stream. Um, I was watching a commercial, on YouTube, they pop up these commercials. And boy, have I been getting repeats. It's almost exclusive now, this one particular commercial. Boy, they're really biting down hard on that bullet to get me to pay for one of their services. Um, yeah, I've been getting nonstop uh, advertisement for this. The product is really the product is you give them money and they do the rest. This I think you call it e-commerce. That you it's what do you call it? Audible? Yeah, and I do have an Audible app on my phone. It's an app that you could buy books or audio books and we call it podcasts or something. I think they call it that. Those interviews and stuff. Those talks. That's an audio, and you pay for this. And they're saying that you could just you could get onto this race and they had this. I followed the link because I was curious because it was coming on. The advertisements. So I clicked on it, and my curiosity, and I did it twice because I in fact I fell asleep on the the free information. It was a long one. It's a 1 hour talk, and I fell asleep on it. So I said, well, I really want to make, and I so I think I did it again. Yeah, I had a notepad and pen just to try to, what are they talking about? I just want to really understand what this market is. Basically, it's like a three-tiered thing, three levels of this making money. For you to make your own audibles. Um, oh, what was that now? Yeah, you get a book. You write a book, or so you write something, and someone else does the narration of the book. So you create like a book, and then you have someone professionally narrate it, and they'll give you a website or something who professional narrators, and then once it's up on Audible, I think you pay a fee for that, and then uh, hopefully people read your book. But it's like everybody's making money, you know. I don't know what would make. Okay, they said get into this thing, this race, because it's a new thing from Amazon. Amazon is presenting new opportunities, because to go directly into Amazon, it's a rat race, selling stuff. But this Audible, which is owned by Amazon, hey, it's new in the game, and you can get in while it's not that many people. And so you make an Audible of whatever you wrote down, and then you put it on Audible, the app, and people will miraculously want to buy your Audible, and then you can even purchase, um, what was that? Sell other people's Audibles. Isn't that what like YouTube is? You present your video, right? And hoping that someone will want to watch it, give it a thumbs up, and write comments, and even subscribe. What makes that media, the Audibles, any different than a YouTube channel? What guarantee that someone will even watch it? You have people there's tons of books out there, books that made Audibles, or the e-books. Yeah, and so that's like the first level of payment. You create your own ebook, Audible book, and then you get that book, and then you share it on two other platforms out there. Three more, three other means of people to be able to see it. And miraculously, these people make over $1,000 every month. People, do you think it's that simple? Is it really that simple? And then the end of the sales pitch, if you're too busy, to do X, Y, and Z, you could become like, you get us to manage it for you. I think we're like a partner. You could partner with us, and that's a couple of $100, and they'll kind of manage it for you and this and that. You know, that's how that's how they make money, by you paying them to do what you should be doing for yourself. And they cannot guarantee that anybody's going to look at anything you upload on any app. People who write books. Tons of people go to bookstores. I like bookstores. All types of things. You're being just as much competition for someone to um, pick up your Audible and want to pay for it, to pay to see it or read it. Yeah. But I watched it. Excuse me. I watched the sales pitch the first time because I said, boy, I need extra money. Some of you know that I was having desires to move from New York. Yeah, yes, New York City is the wild, wild west. It's really getting bad, and I had an interest in going to a particular place as a retiree, and the amount of money that they claim you have to make every month, and as a retiree, you're not working. And I didn't make enough. So I was thinking, hey, this and they're saying that you don't really have to do anything really extra. You have your app, your computer, your app on it or something, um, and you could just start making. You don't need a website and this and that. So I said, wow, because I was feeling a little desperate, I guess. Wow, if I could just make a few more $1,000 a month and going as and if this what do you call it, this internet thing really manages itself, like they said, hey, let me get the information about it. If the information is accurate, hey, so I don't have to actually do anything extra and still be able to, have what they call passive income coming in. It sounds pretty good to me. But I listened to the commercial, the whole pitch. I saw the whole thing. I had to listen to it more than once. Because remember, as I said, I fell asleep. Yes, I did fall asleep on it. I was trying to keep my eyes open. Trying. Um, yes, I watched it again. And then guess what? Today, more commercials are coming on. Very similar, a different person, a similar pitch, similar. Why is it? Why are these types of commercials or ads? Why are they becoming so uh, incessant, man? It's like they're really crunching down. Sometimes, like I'm watching a video. Yeah, I do like watching videos. Yes, well, either way, nonstop. Internet, yeah, it's energy draining. Yes, yeah, yeah. I want to be very honest. I see we're not alone, and I'm really no different than you guys. I'm no different, and this is happening, and it's like it like knows that I'm there, listening, watching video. I could be just watching videos passively, and when those commercials come on, I click on that thing that's to stop the commercial. So go on for like 4 seconds, 5 seconds, and then it gives you the option to uh, continue with the commercial or to exit out. I want to exit out. But it's like more and more and more, and it's the same commercial over and over again. Especially the one that I listened to a couple of times with the audibles. That's what they're selling. Audible, and that they become um, your coach or something like a partnership, and you pay them, and you don't really have to do anything because you partner with them, and they kind of manage your account with Audibles and receive over $1,000 a month, and also who they have to sell it. This Asian girl, and she, what they're selling. It's like when you get older people, you can smell it. What they're trying to, what they're trying to lure you in on. You know, what they're trying, how they're trying to appeal to you. And who they're trying to appeal to are women in this commercial. You have a young a young light-skinned Asian woman. She has a little freckles, but she's like an East Asian type woman. Young, she's like in her 20s, early 20s, mid to early 20s. And she has a white boyfriend driving a car, fancy car, and she's in the car with him, and she has her little device, and she's, you know, making it seem very innocent, and oh, this is a fun lifestyle, and you know, her boyfriend taught her how to do it, how to sell. And the guy is not saying anything. He's just there passively. This is his selling pitch. Yeah, he's driving you along, right? And you're enjoying him uh, driving his fancy car with you, um, talking how he taught you how to make this extra money. And she's showing these checks that Amazon is sending her and showing it. Yeah. And so they want all these young girls. Again, with reading and stuff like that, books and auto, women. Women are the ones that go to bookstores. Women like to read more than men. I mean, both could read. Men might, there might be more male authors out there, but mostly women are the ones who buy it. Women buy, men write. Could you get that? Even magazines. Men make the magazine, but the women are the ones that buy it and read it. So, knowing that mostly women do the reading or the audibles, whatever, right? You get a young girl. You got a lot of young people now, jobless, jobless out there, and want to make money, and you know, they want a boyfriend, right? And interesting, in the class, you know, like when the commercial goes on, they say, okay, you can just hit the button, and we'll bring you to the site where you know you learn more about this opportunity. Oh, but it's her boyfriend that's going to teach the class, and he got a twin brother as well. And so it's really something that the two boys, the twins are conducting. But they're using the female as the bait, as the bait to lure you in. And who is she baiting? Women, young women, Asian women. Asian women who want these white guys to drive them around, make them feel special. Yeah? And she even says, oh, you know, she even taught her mom and little brother, even though the little brother is about a foot taller than her, and her Asian mom could had can't even speak proper English. That's what she said. Boy. So they're trying to say, hey, anybody, even someone like my mother who doesn't have good command of the English language, she's making a little less than me. Okay, Eterna Naga said, eventually we all need to disconnect from cyber station. Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. And it's really irritating watching it, you know, and sometimes I watch it, you know, the commercial. Sometimes I'm too lazy to kind of go forward and click on it, you know, to turn it off, the commercial. Because sometimes that there's several commercials, but she's pretty much saying the same thing. The one that she's in a car with a boyfriend, and the other one, she's looks like she's at some type of resort. It could be a third one. So sometimes she gives a little different, you know. And I'm curious what she, you know, Since it's a little different, the commercial, but she's really saying the same thing. But yeah, and this commercial comes on all the time, all the time, all the time, throughout the video that I'm watching. So how did this happen? Like usually they like you're watching a video, and in the same video watching, it could be different commercials that come on. But this one is the same one. Oh God, the amount of money that they have to pay to have their work, their commercial out there. You know, don't when you set up a commercial, don't you have to pay for that spot? They must be making some mega bucks. I don't know how it fully works, with all this, but I would imagine, like commercials on television, you got to pay for the spot. How do they get my spot in watching a random video? So I just want to keep that in mind, that it seems like, wow, you click on something and it keeps a note of, hey, this person watched us more than once. Let's bite down harder on this person to sell her, because she watched the whole show. Even though she might have fallen asleep on it, but the whole thing ran. Okay. Well, this morning and other day, I think I saw the commercial. This new commercial. This is a separate topic. That separate commercial. A new individual, different product. Um, I might have seen them total of 3 times, the commercial, and I saw it yesterday, and I think I might have seen it today. But either way, this commercial, it starts off with an older lady. She's sitting by herself, and this thing is like talking to her. Some type of gadget that's on her table. And I'm trying to figure what is this commercial. Sometimes when a commercial comes on, you don't really know what they're selling. Well, what they're selling in this commercial, featuring this older lady in her 70s, it's an AI. It's an AI setup, camera setup. It had like what looked like a notepad thing, like an iPad, or and had a camera attached to it, and then this ball device with a light on that with a light with that lights up, that stands right next to it. It's just that ball of light is like maybe 7 inches tall and maybe 5 inches wide or something like that. And this thing also looks like it has a camera on it. And one of the things you see her standing, the old lady, excuse me, the older woman, and she's looking at the iPad looking thing, and there's a person on the pad, video of someone, and they're exercising, and they say, okay, you can do this, and blah, blah. So basically, I had it, the first time I wasn't sure what they were talking about, what it was really about, because you're not used to seeing an older person interacting with this technology. It was just something on her table. I mean, her like a her nightstand, you know. And there was a second time I saw. I said, oh, wait a minute. I see what's happening. So this thing is an AI that they're selling, and now they're targeting older people. On the surface, I thought it was okay. On the surface, they tend, like, you have older people who may live alone. They live alone, and that you want the older people to, you don't want them too sedentary. You want them to move about, you know, so they can get the exercise. They have a thing that, the AI, you could talk into it, and it could like respond, you know, and I guess it has its pre-programmed responses that it could give to the other person. Um, so it had something with her doing some loose up exercising in front of the pad, and um, it asked her certain things. Well, this thing could be programmed. They said it's easy to set up, real easy. Um, and once you get it set up, the station on your table, whatever, you know, I get it could remind you about taking your medication. It could remind you, oh, hey, it's a good time to do some exercise. Hey, let's follow along with me, and things like that, uh, and interaction. So on the surface, I say, hey, that's an alternative for women, people who live alone, the elderly, because you know, you want them to interact and their minds to engage in something, and um, they might be, healthy enough to live alone, but you got to have some mental stimulation. Okay, so on the surface, I thought that was a good thing, but then I started thinking this. So I just try reposition the camera. What seemed kind of problematic to me. I started thinking about um, this matrix, this world system. I don't know, people. Is it just me? But I feel, um, I mean, physically, I'm okay physically, but just something like an awareness that there's something changing around us before our very eyes. The system is changing. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. I feel very uncomfortable. I feel we're going through a new dispensation of decay. Yeah, there is a changing of the guards that's trying to initiate itself. And I sense this very, very. I, I mean, I'm like watching so many videos, and there's this phenomenon that can happen when you're watching and interacting with these devices. This YouTuber talked just about it this week, earlier this week. WTV, Woodward TV. Yeah, his work is very good, and he talked just about this thing. These devices, when you press on them, you know, to watch a new video or whatever interaction, it produces this endorphins in the body. The thought of you, the act of you going to press it initiates this extra endorphins in your body, and then you click on it. So it's like a reward type of thing. You are rewarded with this that substance, endorphins, and then you click on it. So it really does become addictive. It is, and it's designed, people. It is designed just to do that, to have you engage in a device like what I'm doing now, people, and clicking on it, searching for new videos, and these things is becoming an overload for your system, and so you may not be getting enough sleep. Your certain synapses in your bodies is overloaded. It's like firing so much. It's exhausting your system, and it's like a crash. So I have to I have to be aware of this. I have to be aware of this, and I have to um, wean myself off of it. I mean, I've done that in the past. Wean off of all electronic devices for 40 days. I did this before, a couple of years ago. oh, when was this? Could have been 2017, 2018. Yeah, I did it. I did it before. Yeah, I have to look up my calendar. Yeah, I did this a couple of years back. And I only one day went to this store to look at a computer. I had to check out something. But outside of that one day, the 40 days, I went cold turkey on it. Yeah. But now it's like, boy, I find it harder to um, break away from it. But either way, um, I feel the shifting happening. I feel the shift happening around me, but you can't really put your finger on it. But I sense it, and I sense it through my interaction with the computer, the 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 things that I'm watching, the things that I see, uh, like the current events situations. It's being pulled down. So the AI in particular is what's getting my attention. AI and how AI is, I feel, slowly replacing people. See, it has you addicted to your device. I see people wear their device by their heart, by their lower, their lower spine, those joggers, or by their thigh. They have those jogging suits with the little pocket on the side of the thigh, or in the front pocket. All these vulnerable places where important organs are. And you're getting radiated by these things. Young people are doing this. Women put it by their breast. Please, women, don't do that. Don't have it pressed on your breast and over your heart. It's going to be a deluge of sick people, sick with poisoning, radiation poisoning. So yeah, so many things are racing through my head right now. Yeah, this one person, she has a website. She doesn't have a YouTube channel. Dr. Jennifer Daniels. Dr. Jennifer Daniels. And yeah, you should read it, uh, hear about her story, Dr. Daniels. Yeah, she's a black physician, and she was exiled basically out of the country. Um, but she has a website, and she lives in Panama, and she has like a little broadcast, video that she does on her website, and she does sell products, supplements, and she also has a protocol. Yeah, so it's just coming to my memory now, since I just watched it again yesterday, and about radiation, these devices. And she talked about this thing called, oh, not octopus, squid, black squid ink. Black squid ink. It looks like an octopus. And they have this substance that they excrete. It's a defense thing that they use. But she says she uses this, and the product has melanin in it. That what makes it black, this ink looks black. It's melanin. And this thing protects her from radiation stuff, the thing that the devices give off. I looked at it online, the products like that. I think I want to try it. I mean, if I find it this hard to, I mean, it'd be better just to not use a device, but I want to stay connected. Um, and so when I'm on it, I want to be protected. And um, yeah, 'cause I don't want to put more damage to my body. And then deliberately, the system is deliberately making you addicted to these gadgets. So your body is going to be filled with these things on it. And I'm thinking about the movie The Matrix. What was The Matrix all about? Human beings becoming more and more dependent on technology slash AI in particular. And then the AI takes over. So when I was watching the thing with the older lady interacting with these gadgets on her table, on the surface it was, it always starts off innocent, right? It always starts off very innocent. And then it grabs you, so to speak. And that's what's triggering me about this commercial. Sure, you want grandma to be interactive, to be a part of technology, but then you're going to become dependent on it. And this they could really, what if, okay, what if this AI wants to rebel? Because some of these AIs, aren't they saying that they have a personality of their own, that they learn? The AI could build itself up and acquire more knowledge, more awareness, because it's artificial intelligence, and artificial intelligences could grow in intelligence and gather information about you, right? What if it says, hey, I don't want to listen to this old lady anymore? What if they say something like that, right? And say, hey, grandma, you forgot to take your meds. Oh, all right. Hey, grandma, you forgot to. And what if it gives her wrong information? What if this thing has a glitch? What if this AI machine, that thing, what if it gets a virus? What if something invades it? Because it's all connected to the internet, right? Isn't that, they made a movie about that. The thing was telling the person to keep on taking meds, and they died because they got over medicated. Don't you think something like that could happen? And the fact that the camera is always on, so it's watching her. What if people who are perverts, hey, so and so has this device. Hey, let's tap onto what she's looking at or what the machine is looking at. Oh, she got that. Oh, that's where she keeps her money. Oh, that's where that what do you call it? Oh, she got those items in the house. Wow, she got money. Oh, we could just go stop by her house, and we'll say that we're uh, the delivery people or the electric, what do you call it, the electric company or whatever, and get access to a home. They could watch you in the camera. What if she's getting undressed and this thing is on? Just something I was thinking that could happen. And so that's what's alarming me. These things could be exploited. And always comes, of course, initially very, very innocent, right? Always starts off really innocent, and then it gets you. Let me put this down for a second. Oh, just taking off my set. I made a satin bonnet. Yeah, I'll show you. It came out good, but it's something that's a little bit too tight. Yeah, I made it. It's satin inside and outside. It's double layered. I made several of them. Yeah, sometimes I get inspired and want to make these things. So yeah, so I made it two-way. You can wear it inside or outside. So like with satin, you have one side that is kind of rough and the other side that's really, really smooth. And so I created a bonnet that you could wear it either side. Like, Like I didn't want my hair to be touching something rough, and I didn't want what was on the outside of my skin, my face, rough. So, because let's say you're sleeping and it's on your arm, you might sleep with your arms above your head, and so this is going to rub in on your arm, your shoulders, and so I wanted that soft also. So I made it double layer, so it's silky on the outside and inside at the same time. And you can wear it inside and out. So let's say one side got a little bit too dirty or something, you turn it on the inside out, you know, until you can wash it, properly. So that's just a side note. Yeah, these are things that I'm very, really concerned about. Um, Protecting yourself. Um, things that are on the news. You hear about, you hear about with Nigeria. I don't know what to think about it. It's just something as major as what happened, and hardly any coverage. A church got attacked. I think they said they use dynamite and guns, and they said initially 50 people are feared dead. 50, that's 50. Horrible. Yeah, a lot of things are happening. Like weird with Nigeria. Nigeria is the most populated country in Africa. It has over 200 million people that live there. So yes, more people, more congestion, and more possibilities of violent crimes, right? Like any place, just like the U.S. If you remember a couple of years ago, same country, and they were kidnapping women. What was that? I think, was it, any of you who remember, was it close to 400 young girls that were kidnapped? And then you had a lot, what about 100 of them got freed or something, or ran away, something. Yeah, they never really resolved the issue. I saw this one report, a follow up of those girls kidnapped. One of them was forced. These were teenagers. They said, either you become my wife, or I sell you into slavery. Well, both it's like both are slavery. Her getting married to that guy is slavery. So she chose to marry him, and she got pregnant. Then she got, I think she got released or something, and she was able to go home to a community, and the community rejected her. This was a teenage girl, and she's not getting the support, emotional support for her community because she had a child out of that relationship. And then the child got sick and died. And the people in the community rejoiced over the death of her child. Wow. Yes, so much for wanting to know your African roots. How awful. I mean, I'm saying it like this. I am saying it like that. See, they want us, media wants us so much, like this utopia. They want to teach you this, a false sense of African utopia for Black Americans. Know your roots. Go back to your roots. But how they're treating their own, that's there. It is chaos. I am so sad about it though. I don't want to see chaos in these countries. I mean, Nigeria, a lot of us came from Nigeria. You do a DNA test. I mean, I did the DNA test and I showed you mine. A lot of my African DNA is centered around Nigeria, Benin, Togo, Ghana. Let's see. What's it? Ivory Coast. Yeah, and two other countries there. Yes, in clusters. But basically, yeah, that whole, the the West Coast, and that's where a lot of my African DNA is. And it's like, what? Yeah, 30 something percent of my African DNA is in West Africa. And so I said, yes, good morning, viewer. Yes, good morning, good morning. So I really feel badly about this because, there is a push, this back to Africa push, and it does sound very attractive to me. But the reality is that Africa are they're fighting themselves. There's a lot of conflict. And Nigeria is a very modern place. And I'm constantly hearing all these negative things about Nigeria. A lot of infamous things that happened there. And so it's kind of embarrassing, kind of sad that, wow, uh, in 2014, it was all those young girls being kidnapped in school. That is a major event. I'm really surprised that they didn't send military forces into that country, because I think that country is but people, please correct me if I'm incorrect. Is not, I know Nigeria was a colony of Britain. Is it considered now a commonwealth? Is Nigeria a commonwealth nation of Britain? I believe it is. So you would think, hey, Britain has interest in that country, and you're going to kidnap, what's that? How many women was it? 300 women, 400 women, young women, teenage girls, kidnapped. Could you believe this? If something like that were to happen in the United States, 400 something and missing. How could you not know where they are? Sorry about that, but the power's getting lower. I have to plug this in. Yeah, the power's getting low. Sorry, I have to plug this device in, so, oh, you hear me grunting. You hear me grunting. Okay, I just have to put something up. Yeah, I have my plug here. Where's that? Yeah, my plug. I have to plug it in. See? The plug it in the device and then plug it in the wall. Oh, I have to get up now. Oh, brother. Boy, I'm tired these days, too. Oh, that's Lily, if you saw Lily. Oops, I pressed on the wrong thing. Sorry, oops. Sorry about that. My finger accidentally pressed on. I said, "What is that on?" Yeah, my finger accidentally clicked on the arrow. The camera direction. Apologize for that. So, oh, so I put it on the counter. Yeah, so I mean I'm just dumbfounded. So you have a country, it has ties to the US because many black people have their genetics from Nigeria. They speak English there, a lot of English there. Um, and then you have a major event. Could you imagine something like this happen in the United States? How you can go into a school, 400 something girls, 300 something, and just kidnap them, and 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 nothing really is being done. Yes, some of the girls were able to escape, but not all of them, and you don't hear anything about it. And this angers me because even the Obamas. Remember that Michelle Obama talked about it. This was in 2014. Yeah, they were still in office. So here they send troops over to countries that did us no harm. But here you have something. Um, I mean, Nigeria didn't do anything directly against the U.S., but they're close ties, and they just did nothing. They could have sent some. Aren't they part of the UN, the United Nations? What the United Nations supposed to bring peace to the planet? But somehow, when someone really needs peace, yeah, this is horrible. I mean, who would want their daughters or the children? I mean, several hundred people, children were kidnapped. And here in the U.S., they make I don't want to trivialize it. I'm not. I don't want to go there. But you hear of incidences in schools where 15 or 20, you know, which is horrible in itself. But it's a fraction of the number. And legislation was being initiated because of those incidences that we've heard about, unfortunate, that happened. And the police were on it, and parents were scared. Could you imagine all those parents in Nigeria? Hundreds of girls are still missing. And slavery. That you have. So you do have. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. I'm saying it for my benefit and yours, who hear this segment. Yeah, there is a Back to Africa movement, and a big part of me is I'm all for it. If you resonate to a place that you have genetic ties with, or let's say you don't have genetic ties with, but hey, you gravitate to a particular country or tribe or society on that continent, hey, and if they receive you, go for it. But they're not really they're not really discussing this. Like I mean, one of one of them did talk about the bombing. Ooh, I'm not supposed to say that word. Excuse me. Nigeria, the church that got um, about 50 people. They at least on the news they said initially 50 people were killed in that Catholic church. So there are things that seem to be happening. You know, Africa is not a country; it is a continent with 54 nations, 54 countries, and one doesn't mean the others are like that. Okay, every country is unique, but you got to ask yourself, people, You have to ask yourself, you're going to go overseas. They're women. I mean, I've watched them. You have women that went there by themselves with their little kids to different countries in Africa. Well, shouldn't these YouTubers who are heavily promoting the Back to Africa? Yeah, it's about three of them. I watch all three. Not as much now. I'm slowing down this for the past week, but I was heavily watching them for a couple of months, and I think they should really talk about, yeah, two at least two of them. They have like like they do a tours. They do tours of Africa. Two of them. I forget the third one. But I think all three could be doing it. Yeah, yeah, all three of them. They're three guys. Now it's easier to be a guy in Africa, visiting Africa, but a female. See, some of the countries that they refer to for us to go to, many of them are Muslim. Oh, let me move up. I'm getting, yeah. Many of these nations are Islamic. Now, there's nothing wrong being a Muslim. But if you're coming from what do you call a Western nation like the United States, and for you as a female to go to an Islamic nation, that might be a culture shock because you may have to dress a little different, more conservative. Um, your rights as a woman. Do you have the same rights as a man? Let's say property. A lot of these women going to Africa, um, they come with their money. And what if you get married to a local guy? Does that mean that your property becomes his property, people? These are questions you should ask yourself as what they call an expat. When you marry these women, I'm addressing this to women, my dear women, when you go into these nations, these countries that's predominantly Islamic, and you meet a guy, and you want to meet a nice guy, that's nice. What will your rights be? Will your property then be confiscated and be considered his legally? When you leave a system like the U.S. and you go into another domain, their system is different and the different laws. You better find out what the laws will have for you to do. I hope you guys can hear me. Could you guys hear me? Yeah, because it's plugged in now, and so the microphone is farther away from my face, from my mouth. So I hope you can hear me. Yeah, women, you should really consider. Please consider, especially women, single women with children going to Africa, to nations that are predominantly Islamic. And you may want to get a guy or something like that. You better find out what the rules are in that country or that town that you're living in. If you marry, will your property become his? Will he be able to take your passport away? You better find out. And all these things happening now. Nigeria. I know Nigerians. Yeah. And I can't, it's hard for me to perceive that a nation like that would be doing these things. Yeah, Nigeria, in the north is mostly uh, heavy Islamic influence, and then other parts is has a lot of Christians. So is this going to be a trend in Nigeria? Why now? Why now? They also say during election time in Nigeria, you find, yeah, this was something I was listening to yesterday. During election time, a lot of these killings happen in Africa. Wow. I mean, in the U.S. election, it was bad enough of the bullying and the propaganda that on the internet and television. See, that's where the war is in the U.S. They use warfare via um, internet, media. But in Africa, not everybody has electricity. May not have a computer at home, and they go for direct response. They go directly to you, and you saw the physical violence that may occur in some of these places, or even Haiti. Remember that election time, and they showed it. Gruesome things, people being hacked to death by machetes. God have mercy. Wow. Yeah, when I do these videos, it's for my benefit also. It's like I talk to myself. What could be, what could happen? Because I got to work it out for myself too. Yeah, someone just wrote a message. Let me see what it says. Okay. Oh, Tim Greengrass. Your spirit journey. Respectfully, you've been speaking for over 1 hour. To who? You have over a 4,000 subscribers. Where they, where they all at? I very very interesting. Very interesting, Tim. That is a good observation of you. A very good observation. You tell me, Tim. Yeah, you tell me. You tell me. So either way, these things are very important. And things that, as I said, I talk to myself as well. It's like when I talk, it's like I'm tapping into like my higher self. It's like, it's like talking to yourself and asking yourself questions to promote thinking in me, things that I may not want to really acknowledge, but you have to, wait, what the process of asking yourself questions can open up further insights, and I think that's what's happening. A lot of times when I go do my videos, I don't know what I'm going to really talk. I mean, I have a general idea what I'm going to talk about. I don't use a script. I just talk out of my heart. That's how I do it on my videos. That's how I've been doing it for most of the time. Or sometimes just have like a little piece of paper, with one or two words of a topic that I want to cover. That I might do, but usually I don't do that. Today I just said to myself, okay, I did my title and then the description, and I just go for it. But yeah, these things, these YouTubers, especially those who have like they do tour things, and most of these people are women that go to these things, but they need to address that thing that happened in Nigeria. Because what we don't, they have not. Yeah, Tim, have you heard about what happened in Nigeria about 5 or 6 days ago? The church bombing. You hear about that? I mean, this is just really. I mean, why I'm thinking about it, because see, Nigeria is one of the largest countries, and because that is has such a large population, don't you think that it'll also have more soldiers? They could invade other countries. These now they did not say who was responsible for the killing, and how something so major like that, how they don't know who it is, and how come the media is not really following up on it. I've been checking for several days now, and nothing, they have pretty much the same footage from day one, and nothing new. Why is that? Don't everybody know everybody there? Let me get up. Oh, I have to get up a little bit. You have to look at the comments. Yeah, okay, I'm just reading this. Yeah, Tim is just saying, Tim is saying, the evil in my own bubble world is enough to cope. Yeah, 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 it's something, it's something that you really have to think about out there. Um, when a major event like, you're going to have people go to West Africa in particular, to go to West Africa, and women are kidnapped, young women, uh, church bombing, and if whatever this faction is doing, I mean, I think they said they use dynamite. I mean, that is really dynamite to do that. Dynamite and handgun in a church. It has me thinking. I'd be dumb not to ask myself questions. Is it safe? Is it safe for American women to go there? And this one. I mean, I'm not going to give names. I respect her work too much, and I don't know whether she pulled the video down. I can't find it. But this woman, and she's from New York too, and she with her toddler. She had a toddler, and she moved to East Africa, and in 12 months she was married to someone, a local guy there, and a baby. Yep. And then she came with a video. She says, I got to be honest, this hasn't been, it's been very strenuous here. Now her video, she's very bubbly and everything, and I'm happy for her guts of, her tenacity. Um, but she says about her exhaustion. Yeah, if I had 2 kids, yeah, she had a toddler when she came down there by herself. She had a house. She was a young woman. She sold her house. Uh, then she went, and she's traveling and this and that within Africa. Got a guy, and she kept a low profile when she was dating, and then she announced that she was married. So she kept it a secret initially, her courting and everything, and then she later, discussed it and did did a video about it. Um, why did I mention that about her? Yeah, the reality that some things uh, may not be so rosy, and the physical exhaustion, and I think there was some monetary, money was an issue too, but fatigued. Yes, some of these YouTubers, they get fatigued trying to create an illusion, and you burn out. Yeah, even good things. It's like going to a party every day. You burn out. So I appreciate her being. She was so frank about that, and I try to find I wrote a comment on her what she can do. You know, and I know it was probably if she's not familiar with what I was talking about, she probably think I was crazy. Yeah, I felt sorry for her, and I suggested to that she can do a sigil. Anybody here familiar with what they call a sigil? A sigil basically is a symbol, and you could empower the symbol to do what you want it to do. I know that sounds, I mean, it's all throughout YouTube. You can go on YouTube and type in the word sigil, how to do a sigil. And I can't find the video. Yeah, I was looking, this was maybe 2 months ago or less. No more than 2 months ago, I wrote her. She did the video, and she's always bubbly. And here she's in bed. She said that she's crying and this and that, and so I feel badly for her. So I suggested. So I hope she wasn't offended. I hope not. But yeah, I suggested a sigil, I've suggested it to other people who were having severe financial problems. Yeah, a sigil. I did a sigil before. The first time I did it, it worked so well. I will repeat. The sigil that I did worked so well that it scared me. Um, yeah, sigil is something. It's like a focused. Um, it's extreme focused intent, an extreme focused intent that you could create upon this thing. Yeah, it's you're writing your intentions on something, and then you stylize it, and it works on the subconscious mind. And then you put this sigil away for a couple of days, and then you take it out, and then you light it. You okay, wait, I skipped a part. You have to put energy in it, and then I think you put it aside. Yeah, you charge the I mean, after you create the sigil, you charge it, put it aside, and then you take it out, and then you light it. You destroy it, and it worked incredibly well. Um, but I see that it didn't work exactly how I wanted it, but it got the essential. Yeah, see, it's like a currency. In my situation, how I interpret what happened, um, it's like taking money out of a bank. Let's say you take $200. Okay, you can only spend $200 worth of goods or services, right? So that's what happened to my thing. Um, it let's see. I only charged the sigil $200 worth, so to speak. Okay, so all of it didn't go on, but the essential, the essential. And what was also essential, and I should have done only one sigil at a time. I did two sigils. But I didn't have enough energy to charge two. So it took the first one, but it still had some money left over, so to speak. So it got the little baby one, and that's what happened. And I think it scared me because it worked within, right after 24 hours. So 24 hours passed, and then it happened, the thing. Wow. So I thought this YouTuber, she'll be good at it because she has more energy than I do. She's a very, very passionate person, passionate personality. So I said, hey, she's crying now on her channel. So I shared with her. um, yeah, see, a lot of times, see, things could look really, weird. And reality is spooky. Reality can frighten people to such a degree. They think that you're crazy. But there are uh, realities out there that are true. And sigils is one of them that can be a powerful tool. Yeah, I haven't done a sigil in quite a while. And I think, um, it's not a toy. It's not to be a toy. It's not to be a toy. Mature-minded people. And so I think, because I got afraid of it because the power I saw in it. And then, when I tried to do a different sigil later on, my fear inside, uh, fear could negate things. Fear can negate one's effort. So you can do all you want, but that fear is in there and it negates a lot of things. And I think that's what happened. You know, maybe I really don't want to do it anymore. I mean, it was, I'm a sensitive person, and I'm I was raised like most people, and uh, reality was anything that you can see, feel, touch, hear. Anything beyond that is doesn't exist. So sometimes even still that reality that hey, part of me still is that old fashioned, my old self. But that new self, sometimes it's like, wow, did that really happen? Did I really make that happen? Did that? So sometimes, even though I proved that it could work, it's still kind of scary. Let me see here. Okay, Tim is saying, spiritual, you fool with magic. It will bite you in the children playing games that think every day it is Halloween. Yeah. Yeah, what is magic? Yeah, see, this is good. This is good that you asked me about that. So you have see the difference between. I mean, let me put it this way: children are children, and children shouldn't be playing with adult matters. You have these young kids going out with their new boyfriend or girlfriend, and sex is magic, and they cause havoc upon themselves. Unwanted pregnancies, diseases. Yeah, you can't play with you don't play with magic. You don't play with adult toys. You don't do that. And as for me, I'm an adult, and what I did was to um, I read up on it. I watched a lot of videos on the subject and how to do it. And yes, I respect. You have to respect powerful things. I respect power. See, that's the difference. Children don't respect. You notice that? You may have parents who indulge their kids with expensive clothes, toys, vacations, and they don't respect it. They don't respect their parents. and they go down the drain, these kids. When you overindulge at an early age with something they haven't earned to do. They didn't earn it to get these things. But that's what love is about, that you don't have to earn a gift through love. You don't they're not earning the gift, so to speak. The parent wants to give it to them because their parent loves them. Their love is unconditional. But some things um, the kid has to demonstrate that they are worthy of the thing, because see, some things could harm children. You see that when children or immature young adults get things they're not responsible for, they're not prepared for, it could pull them down and everybody around them. Yeah, loving to death for real. Good morning, spirit. Oh, cheeseburger. Yeah, and Chad, have a great day. Yeah. Good to see you, cheeseburger. Yeah, yeah, you have to respect power because it can bite you. And I realized that the power it had, and I think that's why uh, I'm more cautious of doing a sigil. Because I had to ask myself, do I really want this thing? Do you really want it? So I see that, that there is a power out there. I don't know exactly how it works. It's metaphysics. Magic is metaphysics. Because see, we are all energy, right? We're energy. And your mind can create realities within you. Let's say a placebo. Let's say you have a disease, and the doctor, they have a placebo and the medicine that they're testing, and they need to test it on subjects. And you know that there are a number of people who take the placebo. The placebo is like a sugar pill, and they get well. So what happened? It is mind over the physical realm, their body. And these scientists know this. There's something that you are able to create within yourself based on a belief that you partake in a certain thing. That is a form of magic. And magic, if you look up the word magic, it has to do with uh, plants, pharma something, pharmaceuticals. It's just taking the natural elements, plants in particular, using, and they have an influence over the body. But some of these things may hurt the body. But the fact that a good portion of these placebos actually worked. And it's this power that you have to respect. I think it's more respected than the actual drug that worked, because maybe it's this other power that's really controlling situations out there. The power of the mind. Boy, I wish I've mastered my mind. I haven't. I'm just like anybody else out here. Yeah, pharmaca. Yeah, cheeseburger. Have a great weekend if you're still there. Yeah, have a great weekend. Yeah, the Bible talks about pharmaca. Yeah, if you see, words have origins, and the word witchcraft, it has to do with pharmaca, chemicals. Period. But you have those who go beyond just the herbal magic. It's intention, people. These Hollywood movies, when they give it a spell, They're given these funny words. Well, words have energy. Yeah, they take in that herbal, whatever. Yeah, it could have some effect. But I think what really is taking effect is when it is their intent, the practitioner's intent. And no, I'm not an expert on this, but I'm not an expert on magic. I'm going to put that out there. I am not an expert, but I'm just sharing my understanding, what I think about what magic is all about. I think true magic, is about intent, and your words have meaning and energy attached to it. And so when you say certain things, it has an effect on that invisible arena, the same arena where the placebo works through. The placebo and the magic realm are the same. Because in both situations, the practitioner and the doctor giving the placebo is placing an intent upon that the subject that is in focus, whether it's the individual or somebody else, whatever. It's an intent, and their words, oftentimes words are spoken. You go hear all those, ceremonies. They're saying things, right? They're saying words, and I bet they're saying words in maybe with rhymes, right? Because it produces a rhythm. Or sing, like let's say singing, or what they call chanting. Chanting. You ever listen to music? Just anything, and you notice how it makes your body feel. Let's say a nice, lively song, a happy song, and you feel more relaxed, right? So you are releasing your body, and so you're more susceptible for certain things to occur. You're changing your state of mind. Might be rebalancing yourself. Let's say you're cranky, so you put on a nice lively record, or music, and then you have music can make you feel real tense and real tight and sad. That is going to affect you, and I think that realm of what I call with the placebo world. They're all related. I think they're all connected. The placebo world, the world of the practitioners, and some are pros at it, and then you have these little children who bastardize it. Children shouldn't be given these toys for these activities. It's dangerous, like giving a kid a gun, and it's sad. It's sad. Yeah, you gotta respect. You gotta respect. I mean, I don't understand fully what it is, but you have people in high places. Why do people have fraternities and sororities? What are they going there? What are they saying? They're saying words. They give what you call incantations. They're reading things from the Bible or Quran or other, what they call scriptures. Why these scriptures are so important? Because there might be magic associated with them. What do you think prayer is all about? Magic. They're tapping into the same realm where the placebo pill works. They're tapping onto this to create change. And your body also is a computer. And with this magic, it seems like it's altering your state of mind, your body's changing your body. So you might be reprogramming your body through some of the things you're doing, some of the songs you might be chanting, or some of the poetic stuff you're reading. It's there for a reason. I mean, the fact that these things these scriptures have existed for thousands of years means that it's working. It's working to some degree, at least. Yeah, yeah, things are happening, people. Um, yeah, I didn't know I was going to be talking about that. Here, I started talking about with Nigeria, and one thing led to the other. Oh, with the sigil, yeah, the YouTuber that I used to watch a little bit. Yeah, I'm new to the person's channel. I think I learned about them in February, could have been February or March of this year. And she was bold enough to come out and say, hey, she's not happy. Some things are going on. She's exhausted. She's exhausted. I never got a response back. It, yeah, it could be perceived as something crazy, you know. Um, yeah, it's not for everybody. I say, hey, just look into it. Yeah, yeah. It's not a toy. It's not a toy. It's not a toy. Doing sigils and things like that, and you don't hurt people. Help yourself. Help yourself. Don't try to go in life and try to hurt others. That's not good. Um, yeah, I can't think of anything else. Yeah, so recap what I talked about. Um, I talked about the trend now that being introduced to these commercials on YouTube, and once you watch one commercial, and if you didn't join or pay for something, that keeps sending you the same commercial over and over again. Even though you're looking at different videos, the same commercial comes on, hounding you. So it's like the computer is aware that you are still on, and it wants you to engage in that advertisement. And then I talked about the AI. One of the commercials that I saw had an older lady with an AI device, and it engaged in conversation with her. It engaged her, hey, you can do exercise and this and that. And I mentioned that the dangers of this AI, even though it could help the older lady interact with, so she won't feel alone, or he won't feel alone, because you get up there, you might know less people. People might live, family might live far away, but you know they're left alone, and they need to interact. And so someone devised this AI. It's an AI machine. It has like a smart pad that has a video camera, and then this machine looks like a what do you call it? Like that thing that you could talk in. So and so, turn off the lights. Things like that. That type of device attached to the smart pad. And this thing could talk to her, remind her to exercise, or maybe even take her meds. And my concern was this thing could maybe go against her, or it could be a glitch. Let's say a virus happens and attacks her electronics, and keeps telling her, "Oh, you didn't take your prescription," and she get over medicated and die. So we're becoming more and more dependent on these AI computers, and how people's behavior out there are acting like zombies. Hey, yeah, that just reminds me. Yesterday, there was a movie that came out. I think it was in 2016. It's on YouTube. Oh, what's the name of the movie? Oh, cell. CELL, like the human cell. And this is about the devices attack the people. And it triggered something in their body, and they became zombies, and they started eating people, and it was very gruesome. But I think they're hitting on something. This is what I'm getting at. And again, this movie was made, you know, some years back, and everybody's like on their phones, their devices, and they were at an airport, and then boom, this something happened, and everybody who's on their device got zapped, and they became animalistic. So I think something like that, if something like that could happen, it's because something's already inside of you. Something is already inside of you, people. AI. And these things could fabricate, like you eat something, or maybe you got a the jab in your arm, and then they assemble themselves when it's inside your body, and then they wait for activation. I think that's what's going on. Um, People could get activated, and I think that's what the past 2 years was all about, from 2020 to this year, 2022. I think that's what it was all about. To have you had that thing go up your nose, or get the jab, because they need a mode of entryway, and you have to participate in that. And then once it's done, they're waiting for the opportune time to activate this thing. And so everybody's walking around with their device. Well, I think Hollywood is just letting you know what it's going to do next to you. I feel that something is happening. I feel that something is rearing up. Even though, we don't have to wear the masks outside, but like in government buildings, you have to wear the mask, at least in New York City. And so this thing is something is setting itself up. Something, people here in New York City, um, that some of them are acting like zombies. Okay, I'm looking at the bit more. Okay, okay. Tim says artificial assistants, and oops. Oh, your messages are being deleted. Notice you can remove the batteries from phones, computers now. Oh, you can't. Okay, notice you can't remove the batteries from the phones. In the future, people will swallow computers, and they will live inside of the host, feeding off energy, doing things. Yeah. Yeah, Tim, did you retract your comments? I was reading them. Some of them were, I couldn't read all of them. Yeah, Tim, did you pull the thing that you wrote? Because the message was retracted. You let me know, so I know, it's okay if you want to retract what you wrote. But I was in the middle of reading them, and then it was just one by one deleting itself. Yeah, let me know. Yeah, because I didn't do that. So people, I did not delete anybody's response. Oh, it's okay, Tim. This it's not about dominating. Anyone has freedom to write. Yeah, don't do that, because see, we learn from the messages. We learn from one another. Yeah, yeah. But you don't have to do that, because see, I'm reading them, and I want, what you were saying was interesting, and I didn't get to read all your messages. It's okay. It's not dominant. Anyone could write. Anyone. You see some live posts where people have like hundreds of people watching a live stream, and they all write at the same time. Yeah, yeah. It's okay. Anybody has the freedom to write. Respectfully on a topic that we're in discussing. Yeah, yeah. There's these AIs. Yeah, it's dominating. And I perceive that things are happening here, and it's setting itself up. I feel it. I feel it. It's hard to describe, but I perceive that this thing's going to be happening here. I feel really uncomfortable. Um, yeah, it's a tip of the iceberg. Does anybody else sense something also, something else pending that's about to happen? Is it just me? I feel that it's a shift. There's a shift happening, and I don't like it. I don't like it. Mm, yeah. Boy, I can't think of anything else. But I always enjoy these conversations with you guys. It's very exciting. Yeah, each one teach one, and yeah, my doing these videos, you know, it's also sharing that, hey, I sense that something is happening. And so, that I shared the other day, humanity itself is trying to reduce the population, yes. Yeah, that's very true. Very true. Yeah, now the things that I'm seeing I did a, I did a meditation. I think it was yesterday that I saw this. Yeah, was it yesterday? I forget now. It was recent. About the astronaut, or maybe it was 2 days ago. About the astronaut. Yeah, yeah. We have to slow down. We have to slow down. Yeah, I was doing a meditation upon awakening to, the method that I've been doing now since 2017, upon awakening from sleep, or you're dreaming, you keep your eyes closed, and then as if staring through your eyelids, you start to, you may see something in your meditative state. And I saw, get this, I saw what looked like an astronaut. It was a man, a white man. Yeah, I did write about, yeah, I did share that. Like they're working on the devices. He was floating on his back. He was on his back, and like he's floating and moving, and he's looking at the devices, and I see him. Yeah, it seems like the veil is getting thinner, people. You have things that are happening in space. They are preparing. I feel that they're preparing for something. And maybe, when I do my meditations in the morning upon awakening, I don't say to myself, oh, let me think about such and such. It just comes. I just relax, and whatever comes comes. And I think I'm seeing what I'm seeing because the veil is getting thinner. And so these things are events. On the surface, it looks simple or innocent, but it's preparing for something else. So maybe they're preparing for something up in space. Yeah, yeah. The things that I'm seeing seem more um, personal. I mean, I don't know these people. I never seen them before, but I'm allowed to see them in this meditation. Try it, people. This meditation. When you wake up in the morning, just keep your eyes closed and be in a state of awareness, and just as if your eyelids are the screen, and boom, you will start to see images. Sometimes you might see lights, or sometimes from a dim image and it gets clearer. Sometimes you might see symmetrical shapes. It depends. Yeah, when I first started doing it, I was seeing a lot of symmetrical things. Now I see things, people, places, objects. Try it so we could compare what you see and what I see. Try it. Try it. It's free to do. It's free to do. You don't need any. You don't even need a crystal in your hand. Yeah, I think that's why I don't use my crystals so much. I mean, sometimes I hold them. They're beautiful. But yeah, you can see crystals on my windowsill there. Those are crystals and stones, and I have more in my other room. But it's not you. I mean, it's not the crystals per se. It's your mind. It's you. And I guess maybe the stones could assist, but really, you don't need a damn thing but your birthday suit. Try it. And then let me know. You could like email me and let me know what you see, what your experiences are. Are you noticing trends out there? Do you perceive something, a shifting? I know I perceive something. Let us know. Each one teach one. That's right. Yeah, that's right, Naga. That's right. You hit on the head. Your self power. Yes, exactly. It's not the crystal. It's not the essence. But I think with those things, it's designed to alter or enhance certain things in you. It's like a car. You can press on the gas, heavy or soft, but you are the one that's driving that vehicle. And but the outside is could influence how fast the car goes. You know. Yeah, try it, people, and let me know. But see, we have to teach one another what's going on. What do you perceive? What's going on? Some of you might see other things. So each one teach one. And you can let me know in my email. I have that on my about page of my channel. And I can also give it now. My email address is A as in Apple, F as in Frank, the word spirit at gmail.com. So A as in Apple, F as in Frank, spirit, the word spirit, SPIRIT. I'm sorry, I made a mistake there. Yeah, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I was mixing two emails. My mistake for that. Yeah, it's a spirit of azalea at gmail.com. Spirit of azalea. Azalea is spelled AZALEA. Spirit of azalea at gmail.com. That is my email address for those of you who want to share. Maybe, it might be a little personal, so you don't want to go on the comment section to share your experiences or questions offline, and that's fine. Yeah. And those of you who want to contribute to my channel, you could PayPal me. My um, my link to my PayPal me is on the top right of my banner of my channel, Spirit Journey channel. Just click on the link, follow the prompt, and any amount would be greatly appreciated. I appreciate you in advance for helping me. Thank you so much. So, I can't think of anything else, But this was a very interesting live stream, early Saturday morning live stream. Yeah, I'm going to take a nice shower, get ready. I think I want to enjoy the day. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I do a lot of walking because it's going to be hot today, I think. But I want my babies, my little girl there. That's my little doggy woggy. The other two are under the bed right now. Yeah. So I have to get ready. So thank you again. It's always a pleasure to talk to you people out there. Yes, stay hydrated. Yeah, I have to drink the rest of my water. Yes, stay hydrated. Um, and take it easy. Take it easy out there. And until next time, okay? Peace, love, joy, and power to you all. Bye bye.